Earlier this year, in late February, a new release of one of my favorite franchises came out, Monster Hunter Wilds. And for those who don't know, Monster Hunter is a game where you hunt monsters for drip, but then use it for the ecosystem. Wait, too loud, wait, turn the intro, DJ. Reviewing this game is going to be a little troublesome. I have been a huge fan of the Monster Hunter franchise since I was a little kid. So even though I appreciate this game releasing more than others might, Wilds being part of a franchise that sits so close to my heart, I'm also going to be judging and make points that less involved players might feel aren't as important. So in this video, I will be reviewing Wilds as a game but also as a Monster Hunter game, and soon you'll see what I mean. Honestly, I just wanted to show you guys my drip in Monster Hunter and added some voiceover over it. The Monster Hunter games always have had good lore, but haven't really been story-driven games. Mainly, they're games with a fantastic world, rich ecosystem, and very cool monsters that we get to fight with a variety of weapons. And the game loop is basically kill cool monster, get fire drip, then go kill cool monster and repeat. The story is just a way of holding your hand and helping you see the beauty of the game, which Wilds in this case does the story part very well. I mean, the main storyline of Wilds felt like a movie and a good upgrade from the earlier Monster Hunters. In this one, we're an experienced hunter that has been hired by a research team to explore some forbidden lands. Upon arriving, we find a mysterious kid unconscious in the middle of the desert. A little later, we find out that all of his people have been wiped out by this unidentifiable monster that is wilding out. So in order to find out the mysteries of these forbidden lands, we babysit the kid and help him get his get back at the mysterious monster. And that's how far I'll go explaining the story. Monster Hunter Wilds by far has the best cutscenes that any Monster Hunter game has had, and it introduces every monster in the most exciting way possible. Thing is, we have bigger fish to fry. Wilds combat is incredibly fluid, and it makes the Game of the Year's winning Monster Hunter's combat feel clunky in comparison. Every weapon got impressive upgrades and new mechanics that nobody asked for, but definitely enjoyed. We also got a good variety of monsters, both new and returning. There are also many types of monsters. I'm talking flying wyverns, leviathans, amphibians, fang beasts, cephalopods, you name it. And all with good elemental variety. That was one thing that I didn't like about Monster Hunter World base game. The lack of variety of the type of monsters and the elements that they used. And this is something that Wilds improved upon vastly. Okay, I eased in the game a bit, but now it's time to bring out the belt. This is gonna hurt me more than it will hurt you, Wilds. It's gonna hurt me more than it's gonna hurt you. Let's start with the most obvious. Optimization. I mean, look, Capcom already had this problem 7 years ago with Monster Hunter World. So you'd think that in all of this time, they will learn to not release the game that isn't fully optimized yet, as a AAA company. Yet, they didn't learn. Luckily, I was able to play the game full with no problems, but the day it came out, I was literally on my desk salivating for the download to finish. I even called out for the next day so I could play those 24 hours just grinding the game. So imagine if when I opened the game, it didn't run. I would be livid. So I understand the review bombs, of course, if you can't run the game. Another popular problem that I've heard is about the difficulty and how it's too easy. And I've had a lot of back and forth around this take, but I think it's valid, and here are my reasons why. Starting with main quest. They had this interesting idea that for this game's main quest, they would make every mission a low rank mission, and I honestly don't understand why. I'm obviously fine with starting low rank, but the difficulty didn't increase much in the whole campaign. I feel like fighting the Apex Predators for the first time in 2 stars and 3 stars missions is such a waste. They don't get to show you why they're on the top of the food chain. Now, I understand putting Rei Dao so early because, I mean, we still need hype. But I think that the quest should have progressively gone to high rank at least towards the last third of the game. Like, why are we fighting the last boss of the main story in low rank mode? After the main storyline, high rank is introduced, but we already saw 90% of the monsters by now, making many cool monsters intro look cool yet feel weak. Even though we're in high difficulty now, these aren't new monsters we're getting. It's just the same ones but harder, which is good, but it's not the same. For example, spoilers, one of the reasons why Gormagala is so good in Wilds is not only because he is a returning aura farmer, but he gets introduced in high rank, and it lets us know that there's levels to this. It's like the saying of the first impression matters, you know? And my second point being the combat. Now, what I mean by the combat is all of the things the player can do versus how much the monster can do. As I mentioned earlier, the combat in this game is fantastic and it truly doesn't get old. It's like new, but the weapons still keep their same vibe and playstyle, like amplified by 10 almost. And it's amazing, but what about the monsters? Recently, the devs have been releasing higher difficulty quests for the monsters, where they have insane health pools and do stupid damage. And yeah, that will make the missions more difficult, but it could also just be annoying. There's a difference with stat checking and mechanically hard missions. I feel like in combat, the hunter can do so many crazy stuff, while most monsters can't do much in comparison. I mean, like, no, Raytheon, you're not gonna hit me with your wagging tail while I'm 100 feet in the air doing a helicopter 360 backflip no score with my insect glaive. It's not happening. Most of them need newer or just better movesets. Of course, this doesn't go for every monster. Gormagala, for example, is fast, sometimes unpredictable, making it necessary to react. There's two projectiles that he shoots that have similar animations and sound cues, and if you guess the wrong one, you will get hurt. So in this situation, you need to react well or have good positioning. Also, this might not be intentional, but in multiplayer quests, he sometimes does the fastest 180 you will ever see and hits you without expecting it. Also, Wu 2 is very sick. He feels like he's actually intelligent and I love it. He's quick, he has good range, he repositions like he's actually thinking about the battle, and he has this sick, dangerous attack where he exposes his whole mouth, suddenly dashing towards you. And this is even cooler in multiplayer because you won't really know in which direction he is going to dash since he's looking upwards, so it might be you or your teammate. Also, I'm a little bit sad that they didn't make Doshaguma a little bit more dangerous, because his moveset is very cool. I mean, it's simple, but he attacks at this tempo that is a little bit unpredictable and also requires you to react and have a lot of patience. And for my least favorite monster in the whole game, Nuudra. Holy snooze fest. This guy is such a bad monster, let alone apex predator. What does he even do? I feel like I only get hit by him because he's so boring and I don't care about dodging. They also made him like super dark in a super dark area, so you can't even tell what he's doing most of the time. It's just a big black sludge. I'm very disappointed in him. But honestly, these are acceptable for me. Aside from Nuudra, of course, I still liked every single monster in this game, and the difficulty wasn't so big of a deal since the main storyline carried so much. And also, it doesn't have to be difficult to feel fun. My biggest problem has to do with the reasons why I hold this franchise and other great games so close to my heart. For me, good games are able to transport you to their world and suddenly make you feel, I don't know, like 6 foot, for example. Not that I'm not 6 feet tall, but like on a bad day, maybe I could pass as a 5'5", and like if I go in the game, I'm okay. Anyways, the Monster Hunter games have always made me feel like I was actually in the game. But sadly, with Wilds, this isn't the case. And here are some reasons why. Home. In the previous releases, I really loved going back home after a quest. In Freedom Unite, I had to go back to my farm to check on my crops or check on my cats in the kitchen. In World, it was starting in a little New York apartment, then moving into a Beverly Hills penthouse. All of this in a village that keeps evolving as we progress. In Wilds, we don't have that. Instead, it's just a little camp and NPCs that are out randomly. We didn't even have a gathering hub at the start of the game. That feeling of coming back to such a chill village with such memorable music after having gone through hell is so rewarding. It feels like a warm welcome back home. And it makes it feel like Monster Hunter wants you to experience more than just cool fights. It wants you to actually feel what it would be like to be a monster hunter. And this is a must in fantasy games for me. We have a huge map in Wilds, and because of that, mounts were needed. I get it, but having the secret everywhere just made the player pass by areas that I know took so long to create and make beautiful. Fast travels to campsites are enough in my opinion. Like this, the player gets to take in their surroundings while they find secure campsites so that the next time they go on a hunt, they can spawn in the campsite that is nearest to the monster or the monster's location. And it also promotes you to download the map. Also, why is it that every monster is already pinged and tracked at the start of the mission? Are we playing Monster Hunter or are we playing Monster Killer? The Firefly system was already so good in World. The Fireflies could detect footprints or fallen skills, for example, on the ground, and then help you track the monster. And they weren't hard to collect, but also not right in your face either, which I really liked. And listen, I know that if they wanted to make a game so similar to World, they could have just done a World DLC. But I mean, why did they think that automatically tracking the monster was the right next step to go? Having an automatic tracker plus a mount that automatically takes you to a monster is not it. Like, the regions are so beautiful, and I feel like most players haven't seen how amazing it looks. When you don't have a UI and a feathered dog doing everything for the player, you allow them to get sidetracked and let them explore the area. You let them get lost and actually have an adventure instead of just running and slaying a monster. Yes, the monsters and the combat of this game are amazing, but I want to feel like I'm in the game, and this really messes up the immersion. And we don't need game-breaking, literally, graphics to get that immersion. These are actually painful features for me. Yes, Monster Hunter Wilds is a good game, but is it a good Monster Hunter? I mean, you let me know. Lastly, this game still has a lot of potential. Though the main game is finished, we all know that Capcom is cooking a DLC. Sadly, those anti-immersion features I mentioned can't really be changed too much. Maybe toggled off, but for me that's not the same. But on the bright side, they can still play to their strong sides, which are the combat and the drip. I mean, hey, we still haven't even seen an actual Elder Dragon yet. So I have high hopes for what's yet to come. Hire me, Capcom, and subscribe. Bye bye.